Hi, everyone. I'm Colleen Benelli, of course, and Robin here with Robin.
Hi.
And we are so excited today to have our guest, John Holland. And hi, John.
Hi, I'm excited.
Thank you so much for joining us. We we actually met. I met John and then Robin also at the Omega Institute for the Animal Reiki 1 and 2 class. And so I got to meet him there, and we've connected since. And John, I don't know about you, but I already then and now feel a real heart connection with you. So, so very glad you're here with us. For
I
those
appreciate
of
that.
you that would like to know John, John is one of the most highly respected psychic mediums in the country, and actually I think that's pretty global. And he is also a spiritual teacher, author, and founder of My Soul Community. He's been lecturing, teaching, demonstrating, and reading for private clients for over 30 years.
What?
I know.
What?
I know. It's like, when did we get old enough to be doing it for
I
30
know, right?
years? Oh, but such a great honor to be able to do this work this way. But he has starred in 2 hour A&E special, Mediums, We See Dead People. He's been on the History Channel. And John, I couldn't quite read it. It says in a 1 hour special, Psychic History.
Oh, yes. Yeah, yeah. Yep. The History Channel took me. Um, I did. It was Mediums We See Dead People. When I heard the title, I was like, oh, okay. All right, fine. It was five mediums featured on A&E, and everyone has their own ability. And mine was going to a place called Place Memory, where you put me back where something happened, and I can pick up what happened in that area. And I got that training when I lived in England, training as a medium. And so that went so well. Anyone can go to YouTube and just type in YouTube John Holland Shirtwaist Factory. It's where 90 people. The Shirtwaist Factory was a tragedy that happened in 1911, and one of the where they did all the sewing machines, and the place caught fire, and 90 women died. And
Oh,
I went in there, and it was derelict, and so they blindfolded me, kicked me in the ass off the elevator, and said, "What do you pick up?" And so that was quite dramatic for me and emotional. So that went so well, right? That they said, let's do the History Channel. Let's give him his own pilot for 2 hours. So where did they take me? Waco. And I'm like, I didn't even know about Waco. I know about David Koresh, but why couldn't they? I always say jokingly too, why couldn't they take me to the pyramids or Machu
yeah.
Picchu or somewhere where let me get into that history? But it was too, they said it was so dramatized. I mean, that Waco was so well known. And they took me into where John F. Kennedy, where Jack Ruby shot Lee Harvey Oswald. Blindfold. I'm in a parking lot. So that's what that's all about. Yeah. So that's what it was. And I'll finish it up for you, Colleen, too. Author of 6 books. I got 3 Oracle decks, Psychic Tarot, Mediumship training decks. So I've been doing this work for about 30 years. And when I came into this work for both of you and everyone who's listening, I had no idea that I'd be a medium. All I knew is I had an ability as a kid. An accident woke it up, and I needed to know why is this happening to me. And one thing led to another. And I made the commitment, the life commitment, like you two, to serve, to
Mhm.
serve. And that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yes.
One thing that we run across in our clients and students and everything, John, is people that have had a gift of seeing through the veils. And, that's not something that I'm particularly like didn't have that innate gift, but so many clients that do and things like that. And it's always so nice to have people to be able to guide others on like, okay, well, what do I do with this now?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, thank you for your work with it all too.
I try not to look at it, Robin, as a gift. Really, I try to say an ability, and some people are like, you got
Yeah.
special powers. I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
that we're all one big giant psychic antenna. How you harness that energy and what you do with it was what matters and the education of it. But I look at it as an ability, and I really believe that we all have a potential. We're all intuitive, right? So psychic means psychos, means of the soul. We all have a soul, right? If you're watching and listening, you got a soul. And psychic ability, it's part of the soul. It's not something you don't have to crush a crystal into your third eye or chant, right? It's already there. And mediumship, I think we're all born with it.
Hmm.
But some of us have a higher potential for it than others. And I was born this way. My first book is called Born Knowing, and I was born this way.
Yeah.
So I have a high potential of it. And I'll ask you to, I mean, well, Robin, I know you're an only child, but I was the different one in the family out of the five Irish Italian Catholics. And most of us are who are listening, right? Anyone that gets into healing work, or sometimes a traumatic event gets you into healing work, but usually I was the different one in the family. Yeah. So, and I know, Colin, you might ask me, well, what was that like? Whatever. I'm just going to let you take control.
Well, for me, I have an only child. I have a sibling. But
Okay. Okay.
I grew up in these ways. And to go back to your previous point, I'm actually pretty left brain. And so it was a relief to me to know that you can develop these abilities through training, and it does help you go into that remembering with it.
Hmm.
I think it's also helpful to know that if you have the abilities that didn't go into that forgetting, that there is also training that you can do and able to manage it. But for me, I grew up in shamanism and Reiki. So, but I did have my own path, right? I did go into even deeper into that forgetting for a while with it. But Colleen started in this training when I was probably 10, 11, somewhere in there, maybe a
Hmm.
little older. So I was able to be in these communities for a long time with it all. And so I'm very fortunate in that way. But I think that we are in this culture, it's different in different cultures, some of the first generations to have been raised in some of these ways. I know in other
Right.
cultures they started they've not lost these ways. But in this culture, yeah, I would say I was a rarity in my peer group for sure.
Well, how lucky you are that you
I
were
know.
raised with that support. I mean,
Yeah.
I was raised Italian Irish Catholic, and
Yeah.
I was very sensitive as a kid. Very, I loved shows that had to do with magic and books on magic, spirit, religion, theology, chemistry. Any movie that had to do with religion, the Ten Commandments, the Song of Bernadette, miracles, I was fascinated by, and that's not normal. Well, I shouldn't say that's not normal. It's not normal. I was. I have two other
Wasn't
brothers
normal.
that no, they're out playing baseball, they're out
Yeah.
playing football, and I'm like reading these books. And I had I don't know about you, Robin. I was born also with the ability to draw, a creative talent to draw,
Mm.
unbelievable drawing talent. So I think my path could have went two ways: artist or psychic. Those abilities were there. And I always say to the people that are listening, what abilities did you have as a kid? What did you want to do as a kid? Were you the teacher? Were you the chef? Did you have an easy bake oven? Did there were clues in our childhood that shows your soul purpose, and that was all there. And years later, my parents, who were both passed, they said, so that's why he was like that, right? Anything that had to do with Bewitched, I Dream a Genie, the TV series Dark Shadows, Night Gallery. That was my groove. Yeah.
I was thinking of Sally Fields in when she was a
The
nun,
Flying Nun.
flying nun. That's what it was. I couldn't
Yes.
remember. Same
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fascinated.
Always, always. Well, so what did your family think?
Well, I was always a different one in the family, right? So I always knew when someone was going to visit. I knew when something was wrong with a neighbor or a relative in a different state. I would finish other people's sentences. There weren't a lot of books on psychic development really at all, but there was telepathy books, and so um, instead of playing football, I was either drawing or my magic wand. You know what I mean? Like Harry Potter. So my dad used to say something's wrong with him. So anytime, especially a parent, and I heard this from a Hay House author recently, parents have to be careful. Parents' external words become the child's internal words. So I was always called freak, weirdo, and then so I hid the ability, or I pushed it away, and it was natural. No one encouraged it because they didn't know what it was. My grandmother, the Italian side, I think it's in the genes actually. My
Mhm.
Italian grandmother, they used to just say, Grandma Rose knows things. Be careful around her. The word psychic wasn't there. She just knows things, and she did. She knew when people passed. So maybe she was a medium, and I never had that opportunity to talk to her before she passed away about it. But I was called weird and strange. And not only that, I was skinny, skinny kid, big ears, patch on the eye. Oh yeah. So I was I was quite a little boy, let me tell you. So I had the ability in my teenage years, my friends knew what I did, that I could do, predict something or tell them about themselves. And then an automobile accident in LA. Was a rainy night, and this is also featured on Unsolved Mysteries. Okay, if you Google John Holland YouTube Unsolved Mysteries, you'll see when they did this. I'm a lot younger in it. They had an actor play me also, and they showed the accident. And when that happened, the abilities that I pushed away came back. And Hollywood made it sound like I'm a normal person. I get into an accident, all of a sudden I'm psychic. I was already. But I think when you have a spiritual awakening or trauma in your life, or a wake up call. I think we get wake up calls. You don't get too many of them. I think that's your clue to say, all right, you know what? When that accident happened, Robin and Colleen, I said to God, the car was crunched and I walked away. I didn't say, oh, guess I was lucky in that one. I looked up to the sky or to the universe and I said, thank you, because by doing that, it put me on the right path. I left a relationship I shouldn't have been in. I was in my late 20s, right? Living in LA, young guy, dancing, drinking, partying, and I so stopped all that, and it got my life in order. Got my own apartment. Gave up a job that I shouldn't have been in either. It was fine. I had to work, and then all the abilities started happening, and I'm like, wait a minute. I was working for the Marriott Hotel. I was bartending, right? And people would step up in front of the bar and I'd do this. And I always say, don't do what I did. Don't do this. Nobody said not to me. Somebody would step up, and this is a true story. A woman steps up to the bar and I said, your poodle just died? And she freaked and she goes, how could you? And then and then I knew, and then I started getting a reputation around the hotel. There's a lot of Latinos that work in the hotel, very religious Catholics. They would bless themselves when I walked by, or they would do this. So even then, it was a little bit scary because people just didn't know. And then I started getting training on psychic ability. Not let me pop up a website and do readings. Why is it happening? How is it happening? I had no problem being intuitive or psychic. How do I shut it off? How
Mhm.
do I control these abilities? So I'm a big advocate of the mechanics of how psychic ability works. And that's what started, and after studying, going to the Bodhi Tree bookstore and having mentors, I was introduced to a radio host who had a psychic show, and he just happened to be a Reiki master,
Mm.
Vincent J. Barra. So
Oh,
that's how I took his class. And that's when I took my first Reiki 1 and Reiki 2 many years ago, 30 years ago, actually, like that. And something happened recently where Reiki was coming back to me again. And I said, I don't know about you. I got recertified again because it was so long and I needed that. And then animals are a big part of my life, hence what you were teaching at Omega. They're a big part of me. I know my healing work is going somewhere. I don't know where it is. But what I love what you said in class for the fact she's a wonderful teacher, by the way. Anyone who's watching this, take her class, people. All right.
Yeah.
Lovely energy. You kept saying Reiki will lead you.
Mm.
Reiki will lead you. And I learned things in that with you that it wasn't just a 1 day workshop or a weekend. It was 5 days of intense training, but fun training with the group too. So that's where I knew. And I had to be the student. Everyone I had to shut my mouth and let Colleen do her thing and me just sit back and pretend, well, I was the student. And the what we learned there was fantastic. And you could say, okay, I took Reiki. But now what? Right? You're going to get signs. This is what you're supposed to be doing it, whether you work in a nursing home, on your friends, on your family, or with animals. I'll probably get more and more into animals because I already work I do some work with a hospice that takes in dogs before they pass. So they're not in the kennels. I mean, um, they're not in rescue places. This woman takes them to her home, and the place is called All Dogs Go to Helen. All dogs go to Helen. And she has a beautiful farm. And if she has room, she'll take dogs that nobody wants, that are in shelters. And they may have a day, a week, a month, or a year at her place. And when I went in there, I thought losing my dog 2 years ago that how am I going to do this? How am I going to work with animals about to pass? Am I going to be a mess? Not at all. The love that I felt was amazing. All I did was just put my hands in. You know what they do? They come in, they show you their ass, or they walk away. All right, they they take what they want, but it was such a beautiful experience. So we'll see where this goes. So thank you for all of that.
I'm
Mhm.
really excited to see where it goes with you
Mhm.
with the animals. And you did share in class what a really kind heart you have. And the that love of the animals really came through, and I can see that guiding you wherever you're headed with it. As you say, Reiki will lead you where you're going.
I
With
think my dog helped me with I mean, I had a West Highland Terrier. I know you know what they are. They're the
I
little,
do.
and he was the most chill. He lived to be almost 16, right? And I was raking him towards the end also. He got acupuncture also, which was never had to be on arthritis medication, and it does work. And I would go by the SPCA's in my town or near my town. Every time I drove by, I think if a thought comes to you, everyone, take this Reiki class, look at this book, take that dance class. It's if it keeps coming back, it's your soul trying to get your attention. Every time I drove by, well, not every time, there's the SPCA, and I heard in my head, you should do something for them. Oh yeah. This is when I first moved to this area, and I said, what am I going to do? Walk in there, hi, I'm a medium. Can I help you? And I said, and so I finally, after I said, okay, because I kept getting that thought. I walked in there. I said, can I see the marketing director? I sat down with her, and her name was Sheila. And I said, hi, my name is John Holland, and I'm a medium. I don't know if you know who I am, but is there anything I can do to help you raise money for the end? She goes, oh, we know who you are. And yes,
Oh,
we can. Because I don't know if you ever heard of Lily Dale. Lily Dale is the spiritualist camp in New York, right? It's a place. It's been around since the early 1900s. She was a student there too, so she knows about mediumship. So 13 years later of doing events for them, I donated all the money from doing an event once a year. $350,000 has been raised because of that one little white dog that I got. And it helps animals have surgeries that the SPCA couldn't afford to save their lives to go to the forever homes. So don't make me
oh,
cry.
that's so beautiful. Yeah. Oh, I
Three
just
hundred and
love
fifty
that.
thousand dollars,
That's
and
a
I'm like, oh,
lot.
that's a lot.
Wow.
Yep,
Well, thank you.
yep. And if I could, I'll always be a medium and see clients, probably, most likely. But if I could just work with animals, even as a vet tech, I'd probably do it because I didn't know until I got my dog. I knew I loved dogs, but I didn't know I love dogs. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Oh my God. And he taught me to be independent. Even now that he's passed away, right? He's like, he was just the best dog ever. So anyway, and everyone's like this, are you getting another one? It's been 2 years. My heart is ready, but let me go to Italy first in a
Yeah.
couple of weeks. Then we'll see. The dog will find, don't you believe this, that you'll find each other, right? Be the right place at the right time. But I can't do a puppy. Can't
Yeah.
do it.
No,
Can't do
same
I
here.
had
it.
the same thing, John. I had to wait. It was a couple of years before I was ready to,
Hmm.
the same. Even though like I love dogs, same
Yeah.
thing. And it's like, oh,
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I just was not ready. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew I had to wait too, and I'm still waiting. And it's been quite a while. And also because I do travel a lot, and just having it, and I have grand dogs. So Robin's dog and my son's dog, and I'm like their world's favorite person. I walk in and they are so excited to see me that it does fill me up. And I just had Robin's dog for a week. So then it's the same thing as being a grandparent. It's like, I love you and I'm taking you home now.
Yeah.
And so, but really fun. And also the funny one is I've had cats that keep showing up in my backyard. And
Hmm.
I go out every time I see one, I go out and I'm like, kitty, kitty, and hoping they'll come over to me and they all look at me like, no,
Yeah.
I don't know you.
Cats.
So yeah, I just want a neighborhood cat to come and visit. And then yesterday I saw a video where somebody has a neighborhood golden retriever that visits them. I'm like, yeah, that would be perfect. So,
Hmm. Well, even though mine passed, I'm still out there with the dogs at the park. My friends all have dogs, and I'm not going to let almost 16 years of joy and love destroy. Yes, it was painful losing
yeah.
him, Coda, but I'm not going to let that destroy the love of animals and me being around them. And besides, they spend their life trying to make you happy. Don't do that to them because they pass away. They don't want you to be sad at the end. And animals do go to the other side, people. I know that for a fact. All kinds. Trust me, I've seen them. Even snakes, spider monkeys. They're
Yeah.
all there waiting for you. Yeah.
They are all the little critters and the little winged ones and the multi-legged ones and
Yep.
all of it. Yeah, I agree with that. I think, and that's one of the things that I think we learn with through this work too is about that connection. I mean, especially in your work, I think in all of this work, but especially in your work, is that
Oh,
the
absolutely.
connection isn't done once they've crossed over.
Yep. Nope. But that's how it all started with me. And then I went to when the mediumship started happening, everyone. Um, I started doing the psychic work, and then 2 years into doing readings, kept my day job. I finally got up the nerve. I was invited. Your soul will lead you. Also, I got these signs. I mean, synchronicity kept opening for me, opening for me. Somebody invited me at their aromatherapy shop in near Santa Monica in California to read on the weekends, and I'm like, I can't read. I'm not going to read for people. What my lives are in their hand. What if I'm wrong? What if I'm not good enough? Wah, wah, wah. The self-talk. And then I slowly started doing it. Still kept my day job. Then 2 years into doing readings, and this is where Colleen, you'll understand this, something changed. People on the other side started showing up. And I'm not, I said earlier before we went on, I'm not a foo-foo medium, with unicorns and butterflies. I'm like really hard, just a guy. People started showing up, and it was a woman's great aunt. She inherited her ring, and she colorblind. And I saw the mixed clothes, and the old lady I could see was showing me the ring, and I said, "There's an old lady here that's beside you, and her clothes don't match, and she's showing me a diamond ring." She got up and screamed. I got up and screamed. I hugged her. She hugged me, and I said, "What was that?" And she said, "It's my Aunt Ada." She said, I inherited this ring from her, this diamond, and she was colorblind." And I said, "Okay, once again, how is this happening? Why is it happening?" I started reading everything I could on mediumship. There was no books on mediumship. There was books on mediums and their lives. And after 2 weeks, remember, mediumship started happening. And I said, if I could just, it was about spiritualists that were in England, even though spiritualism started here and then in the United States, took off in England. All these books are from England. And I said, if I could just study what these people called spiritualists, wouldn't that be great? 2 weeks into reading these books from England, I'm at a party. I step on a person's foot. Where are they from? England. Bristol, England, and this guy named Simon. He says, we got spiritualist churches over there. Now he was a designer, totally left Britain, not into this at all, although artist also. And he invited me over. I saved up for a year, and one thing led to another, to meeting all the people, to studying in Scotland with mentors, and it was unbelievable. And they even have a school over there called the Arthur Finley School. And on Unsolved Mysteries, when you watch it, they say it's almost like the school for Harry Potter, but not really, right? So, and that's how it happened. And I just said, I don't know where this is going. Let me just serve. But I still never said I want to be a medium. I said, let me see where this goes. I had no idea. And then one thing led to another, to Hay House, to being published, with Hay House, touring for 17 years, Australia, England, Scotland. I've been blessed. So I can't complain. I'm tired, but I can't complain because it's really what I asked for too. Let me serve. So that's what happened. And what happened, Colleen? Remember I said 2 years into doing the readings, right? Why do you think this is for all the people listening now, obviously, and watching? What do you think happened? Why after 2 years did that happen? Do you know, ladies, can you think about it? What do you think?
Why did
Why
did
did
you get
mediumship
guided?
all of a sudden started to happen?
Right. Well, my guess would be that your heart was open enough to receive it.
And because when you remember in the class, and she teaches this technique, everyone, I don't want to give it away, but you did
You can give it
this.
away.
Yep.
Remember this, right? You're
Yes.
teaching
Oh, yes.
people, you're teaching people, I call
Oh,
this the soul shift, where the soul is just a piece of you. The rest of it's out here. It's not all in this one casing, right? Soul's multidimensional. It's out here. So I teach people to do the soul shift. And I tell people to look straight, put your awareness to the right, to the left, just like when you do your prayer. But now to put their awareness above their head, because when I'm doing readings, I'm not in my head anymore. I'm looking through here. So when you do this, that was just another form of the soul shift meditation. And I said, okay, that's great. I think what happened was after 2 years, my energy centers were completely open. I was ready. My aura was strong enough and balanced enough where those on the other side could blend with me. we raise our energy as mediums, they lower theirs. And that's how the blending process happens. That's why it happens in Reiki. Because when you're working on Reiki, you're bringing through the energy, but you're open. And so you're touching. And so people on the other side have that opportunity to say, hey, I'm here. But we'll get into that too, Colin. Remember, you and I were talking about the training of this and everything too. Yeah. So that's what happened. I think after 2 years that I finally had the consciousness where those high enough where they can connect with me on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes
that makes
sense.
sense.
Yep.
Even as, we did the invocation before we started the recording, that and by the way, for me, it's the distance symbol that as we are bringing in that light of the divine heart and our divine heart wakes up and shines that same thing in front of you, beside you,
Yep.
above you, below you. And that's so interesting that I hadn't really quite connected it to that's then allows them on the other side as we entrain higher, then that allows them to meet us in that place. And we do that, of course, for the extraordinary reality that we live in here as well.
That's right.
So, yeah. Oh, gosh, John, we know we could talk for so long.
I know, right?
Yeah, so we do have a couple of guests that are here for you to do a reading. Is now a good time to
Sure.
have them come in, or do we
Well,
want to
before,
keep
yeah,
talking for a
and
while?
I'm sure that they're on there, right? They're listening now,
Yep,
right? All
yep.
right. Let me
Well,
ask
they're in the
Robin.
waiting room. They haven't been listening. They're
Let
in the
me ask
waiting.
Robin something first, okay?
Okay, go
So
ahead.
as you two were sitting here, right? I'm not like, is anybody with her? I'm just with you, and I'm just looking. I'm starting to expand. Uh, did you go to just say yes or no, okay? I know you said that you were raised with this here, but you went your own path too. You didn't get into psychology at all, or um, uh, I think you'd be a great. I think you are a therapist in your own way, right? So I think any type of not only just talking to her, and she's lovely, Colleen, but balanced. So, and I think you. I mean, you're out. Are you out in Oregon also, Robin? Are you out there, right?
Yeah.
And are you now? I don't know your house. I saw your house. I saw the inside of the house and the dogs and the cats, right? But do you garden? Do you go out there? I'm like, I don't know if you're pulling up carrots or you're
I better say yes. I better say it out loud rather. I'm shaking my head when he said, did I go to college for psychology? I did not. Do I garden? Yes. Sorry, because
okay.
most of people who tune in are listeners.
Listening. So,
Say
did
that
you go to
loud.
college?
I did.
What did you take?
Business.
Business. All right. I just feel like, and obviously you're not going to change careers. I just feel like you get. Remember, you said you got that left hand side, but
Mhm.
it's still fascinating too. But as I'm looking at you now, remember, I don't know if you're in an apartment building, a home, or if you're on acreage or what. But I see you out in the garden, right? I'm like, wow, look at that. And it's not just like a rose bush. It must be. I don't know if it's extensive. Do you grow your own vegetables too out there?
I do. Yeah. Yeah. I talk about my garden on here quite a bit, actually.
See,
So
now you know I don't
people
know
know I
that,
have a
right? And it's
garden.
like, oh, hey,
Yeah.
but we all like to garden. I'm not. It's very dry here lately, but you got that whole anything you can do to nature is fantastic. And have you been to Canada?
I have not.
There's something about Canada too, and I see a maple leaf above you, so it could be. Do you teach at all? Do you leave the property? Do you
I
leave
have
to?
so many maple trees on my property,
Yeah.
just so you
But
know.
that's my symbol. When I see the maple tree, it's
This
because I
is
work for the
Canada.
Canadians. That means Canadian connection. So that's
Uh,
not a psychic. That's more of a psychic thing. Do you leave home to teach to it your mom at all?
Yeah, we teach together. I don't leave home, but we teach together pretty much almost everything. I can't
So if you got,
travel a lot right now, but
oh yeah, okay, all
yeah.
right.
But I
But
in the
Colleen, I think Canada might be calling Colleen. So just and remember, it
Good
doesn't
to
mean to
know.
say John Holland said no. John Holland just said it could be calling. It's your choice whether you go or not. Also, so we'll just bring up somebody, and I'll just watch what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. Somebody may come through, or I might go psychic or soul. I don't know. It's always an experiment. But unless I know I'm doing a demonstration of mediumship, then I know what it's for, and that's what people can expect. So who are we bringing up?
We are going to start with, let's see.
Can I just
Uh,
say really
oh, go
quickly,
ahead.
John, I have thought that some training in psychology would have been beneficial for me. especially the way my Reiki practice has developed. And I have thought relatively recently, would it be helpful to go back and take some courses on it? So it's been a pretty prevalent thought in my
So
head
it's around you then. You've been
recently. It is around, yeah. And I am currently about to go into some pretty major transits that would also align with that thinking. So it's interesting.
Well, I love this is the company. I also volunteer for the Forever Family Foundation, helping people hit they do 4 events a year, taking 50 people. It's where science meets spirit mediumship. So that's what, you know what I mean? You taking that psychology side with the spiritual side, I think it's I think it's a beautiful thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. And actually, when she went to college and decided to major in business and accounting, I was so surprised as her mother. I was like, how did I not know that about you? Because she always had those abilities that I saw, but she had her, peer group and everything else and generation that then led her to that particular major, which has been really beneficial for the business side of things. But at the time, I was very surprised as her mother that
And I don't,
that
and
was the
usually you would
direction
think I
she
would
went.
say, you know what, I'm surprised you weren't a nurse and went to some type of medicine. Something. I'm not getting that at all. I
Yeah,
think you're good sending it. I don't know if you want to be in it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you know? Yeah.
I wouldn't survive. I'm too sensitive.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hear you, girl. Yeah.
right. All right. Well, I think we are going to bring Danny on first, so I'm
Okay.
going to admit her.
Yep. Okay. That
There she is.
she's frozen.
She hasn't turned her video on yet.
I'm coming.
I'm a
There you are.
coming. I like her voice. Oh, look at you.
There you
Hey.
are.
Hi.
Hi, Danny. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Good. Where are you?
I'm in Eugene, Oregon.
Well, what a beautiful area that is, right? Over there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
Yep.
beautiful.
So can I just start with you? I'm just
Yes.
gonna riff, okay? Did you start writing yet?
No.
Yep. Have you thought about it?
Yes.
Right now, a lot of people, me being with Hay House Publisher, everyone has a story with them too. I would just say here too, on a intuitive level or advice too, even if you're journaling or notes, I already feel like you already know what it is. It just needs to be charted out. Also, you know, Dan, that's what I think. Yes, I hear you, sweetheart. You lost your mom, huh, sweetheart?
Yes.
Yeah, she's coming through because she's like, that's my girl. That's my girl. Now watch, this is what happens. I just start riffing and the energy starts coming through here even faster. Your mom I don't think, is dad, just say yes or no. Don't feed me the information, okay? Is dad still here?
Yes.
We'll keep him here, right? Because when I just get them, I ask them really fast. Is he with you? Is your husband with you? Or is her dad with you? It's like when I get no answer, it means here. But yes, sweetheart. Yeah. You're one of her daughters?
Yes, yes.
So that means you got a sister?
No.
Okay, fine. That's fine. Um, it's not even me asking questions. You're not her only child.
Correct. Yes.
Correct, fine. I don't know. Are you one of three kids?
As far as I know, no, only
How
two.
many kids? How many?
Two.
Okay, so you and a brother. That's fine. And because I'm supposed to be, are you a mom, sweetheart?
Yes.
Do you have the two girls?
One.
What about your brother?
One.
So she has two granddaughters.
Correct.
Okay, and who's the youngest?
Do you want a name?
Yeah.
Emma.
Is that your kid or your brother's?
My brother's.
She got to see her grandgirls. There's a specialness with the baby. I don't know if Emma was the last born. I'm supposed to say happy birthday right around now too. August going into September for the family. Just remember, write some of this down. It is being
Okay.
recorded though. All right, but there's a specialness there. Is mom gone? Danny, I always do this, Colleen and Robin. I try to feel the energy. How long feels right with her? Now you know her, so you might know when her mom passed. Am I under 5 years, Danny?
No, over.
Okay. How long?
19.
Wow, that's a long time. Then you've got other losses within the past 5 years. All right. So there might be another loss that I'm going to go into. But I just feel like mom is, I hear you. Yes. Are you the, um, are you the oldest?
Yes.
Yeah, you're the number one. And so when they give me the number one feeling too, Danny, you were there for mom and dad when she's ill. It's like
Yes.
there's a responsibility. And they're bringing up the East Coast also. Are you from the East Coast or is anybody New York or this?
Yeah. Yeah. I have my brothers in New York.
Okay, yeah, that's fine too. But your mom is really close and really strange. She's telling me here, remember when I do this, it's not like I'm talking to you. It's not like your mom. Hi, John, how are you? I'm hearing words, images, and feeling. You just, are you the caretaker for mom, or did you help? And your dad was still with her when she passes, yes?
Yes.
I'm
They
not,
weren't married, but he actually was with her when she passed.
okay, but you weren't.
I was there too.
Who couldn't get there? The brother?
He was there. I
I
think
think
his
she's,
sister.
okay, she's making me aware that, some people couldn't be there. And is this not in Oregon though, when this happens?
It was in Oregon,
Wow, okay. And where is she from, mom?
Colorado.
Okay, fine. All right. But there's a big thank you for what you did helping her. Yeah, I hear you. Is this cancer with her?
Yes.
See how I'm doing this? I'm just following the energy. Now you could have cancer all over your body. Did it go up, the cancer? I feel like I'm in
Yes.
my brain, and she's saying to me here too. Your mom's lovely, by the way. Too young to be passed away, but she's making me aware. When it affects my mind, some people, people think they're out of it. She heard what was going on, okay, and
Hmm.
she's correcting me too. Today is what is today? Today is August something, right? 20.
25th.
Is this month significant? Because I keep
Ah. So yes, you made me choked up, man.
hold on, sweetheart. Hold on. She's making me aware. I'm not getting your mom as a Betty Crocker kind of little old lady, right? She's forceful, she's lovely, but she's saying what she wants to say. And she's saying to me, focus now with the special birthday or connection. And today is August, whatever the date they just said, but right around now. Why is this so special? Because I said September, and she's correcting me, and she's taking me back and pointing, say this. Tell me.
August 25th is the day that she told me she had cancer.
And that's today's date? Yeah,
Yeah,
August 25th?
yeah. So it's a date that stands out to me, and it was a date that she called me and told me that she had cancer, and so
Did
it
it go
went
to the
really quick
brain,
after that.
Danny? Did it go to the brain,
It's,
Danny?
yes, esophagus all the way up her throat.
Okay, and that's not that's all done with too. That because she's not in any pain now. We get signs from people, loved ones, when they pass away, right? You got some people got hummingbirds, dragonflies here, and I very rarely give this, but it is a thing too. Are you a cardinal person?
Yes.
Tell me, because who isn't? But I'm not. I got other signs from my loved ones, right? I don't know if you got uh, um, are there little red cardinal things that you collect? But I know I get this here too, though. Do you celebrate Christmas?
I do.
You get the
Yes.
real tree. You got the real tree there in Oregon when you do it.
So far now we have not because of my little kitties who attack it.
Where is the red cardinal decoration thing?
It is on a Christmas tree.
Okay, cool. See, because I have my friend makes them. She makes stained glass ones. They're gorgeous, right? And I usually just give them away to clients sometimes if I feel the need or they like that. But your mom keeps giving. Tell me about your mom. Is she forward with her? Is she forward? This is like I don't know if she went to if she's educated, but I feel like she's got a brain on her. Obviously, tell me about her personality because she's very in my face right now. Not and was she like that?
Yes, she was forceful, a force to be reckoned with. She was like 6 foot, really beautiful, gorgeous, had her own businesses. So she was a boss, she had to manage people. And she was like number one in our family. She kind of kept us all together.
And I always say this too for anyone who's listening, whether you're watching us or listening to this. If I said to you, what a sweet, quiet little woman your mom is, you'd be like, that is not my mom.
Correct.
I love when they give me the personality. So you know who I'm talking about too, because for her to point down and say, "Give her what I told you," now, right? And today is the date. And do you think it's coincidence that you're on August 25th, the day that she passed, and she's the first one comes outside the door? Do you understand?
I
And yeah, she's
I
acknowledging
love
the
it. Yeah.
grandkids, and she's still going, right? Um, I understand that. Yeah, your dad met somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah, she's okay with that now too. You know that, right? Right?
Yes.
But if you know anyone, we all have somebody in our lives or a relative or a friend that when they were here, they were a piece of work. Maybe not the nicest person to people. They will give me that personality. Not that they have it anymore, because I don't want you to think, everyone, that when somebody passes, that's the person like that they're stuck with, right? That's
Hmm.
us. That's us. But they will give me that kind of personality if they were difficult, so you know exactly who I'm talking about too. Because if I see someone, if someone had a dad that was a piece of work, maybe not that nice, right? And just said, if I said, God, what a stand-up gentleman, big old bear dad you have, they'd be like, that is so not my dad. I love when the personality definitely comes through too. I hear you, darling. You're very good. Is educated. She knows what she's doing. We all have a John and a Mary in our lives, right? Everybody does, right? Where's my name?
She was married to a John for over 20 years.
Because I'm hearing Johnny. That's when it gets my attention. So when they say my name to everyone, I'm like, you talking to me? Or you or you giving me that name, but she's saying like you. So when they give me Johnny, I know there's a John connection, which is what you say. She was married to a John,
Yes.
not your dad, obviously.
That was not my dad.
Okay, fine. Yeah. All right. So yeah, and let me just see. You're still connected to her, obviously, too, right? And why does she keep giving this to me too, Danny? You've been to England already?
It's on my list.
Have you done Ireland or Scotland at all?
I have not. I've gone to Sweden and Prague. Um,
Why the UK?
just have always been interested in it and
Yeah,
have
me, it's
people that
like
I know over there now. So
I say go because I hear like she's mentioning the UK and I see Big Ben. When I went over there to study, I didn't go as a tourist, Colleen and Robin. I went there to study. I didn't go to Windsor Castle or I went there and I immediately knew what I was there for. So I think the UK is going to be calling too. And take some notes too, though. I hear you, sweetheart. She's going to keep going. I love your house, what you're doing, right? Are you the artist?
uh, I am not.
Who's
That
the,
would
who's
be
the,
maybe my daughter.
Is there someone that does, when you take a photograph and you can write things under it, right? Where is that book? Where is that? It's like there's photographs. It's either a picture book she's showing me or someone's really into photography or the creative arts, but I'm seeing a photograph with words written underneath it.
Yes, I used to do that for her for our family, and so she has many. I have of hers now, many books that I would do. I was a graphic designer, and so I just did a lot of fun stuff with pictures and
Like
words
like a
and
scrapbook.
put them in frames and books. Yeah.
Yep. Is your brother not your same dad?
No, it's same.
Do you two talk? Are you two in touch or
We are.
more so now?
Yes.
Okay. I, and you understand why I say more so now? Do you understand that? Because I feel like the
Hmm.
two of you coming closer, closer, like, okay, whether there was a falling out or just because he lives in a different area, that's fine. But she is still around you. And I'm asking her too, I'm good with animals, right? I'm like, who are you, what animals are there? It doesn't mean they're not there, it just means I'm not getting them, right? And usually I can get specifically with the beads too. Is she?
Yeah.
Danny, are you single?
Yes.
You were married?
I was married. Yes.
Just the once?
Yes.
I'm not predicting anything, by the way, too, right? So you
No.
would just say yes or no. You were married when mom was here, yes?
Yes.
Then she passes, obviously, you said 19 years ago, something. You separated after she passed?
Yes.
So when she says to me, I was there for her during the breakup, which
Mm.
means to me, some people have breakups and they're amicable, they say end as friends. When they say that to me, I'm like, okay, so we don't need to get into that, Danny, but I don't know if it was like this smooth breakup. All right, so mm,
No.
Yeah, let's leave it at that. All right. Because she's saying to me, well, they're going to be there for you anyways, no matter what kind of, breakup or good. But I feel like when they said that, she was like, I was right there for her. Right. So I know she's still around you and she's going to keep, and she's keep going to do that too. And you must be, are you, please tell me you're retired or you're going to be?
Well, someday.
What
So
do you,
far, not yet.
what do you do? You got two jobs. What are you doing?
So I actually work for Reiki Lifestyle, and so I do client relations management, with
Mm-hmm.
all of our students and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I do Reiki, so as much as I
What did you
can.
do before Reiki, before this?
I worked in a construction project management firm.
Really?
Hmm.
Totally two different things, right? Yeah. So is there anything you want to ask me, Dom? Because I don't want to keep going. You know what I mean? It's like, know that she's there. You understand August 25th. You understand the cancer going up to the brain. She's aware of that. She makes me aware of the youngest granddaughter, right?
Okay.
I don't know if she has your mom's name or what, but there's some type of connection that's coming in there too. And where are I don't know if I'm going to go with Colleen or for Robin either. Where are the twins? Danny. Think of your husband's side too, because everyone does this, right? If you were married or were married, they have full right to come into the reading, right? Too. So I'm hearing something about mentioned twins, right? And it's
Um,
not Robin having them. She's like, no.
no, my daughter is recently married, and his family has twins throughout their family.
So there could be a chance.
Yay!
Yes. Yeah,
Let's just
what?
say yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, that's fine. Is there anything you want to ask me before
Oh boy. Well, is there anything like that I've been carrying that is like her or anyone else that they just don't care about anymore, and that I can let go, that I'm just kind of holding on to?
like, you mean people here personally or what?
No, people have passed.
What do you mean hanging on to?
Like, if am I trying? I feel like sometimes that they would say, "Let it go because we've let it go," type of thing, like keeping the family together or something. And so I'm wondering if there's anything that I'm doing that I really don't need to be doing anymore.
Um, that didn't come. I like to do it on a stream as opposed to, you know what I mean? I like it when it comes in from them as opposed to me
Okay.
here also. But I wasn't getting that. But let me ask you this too, and I'm going to go out on a limb here. Okay.
Okay.
Um, where can I place? This is not a prediction, by the way, too. Where was the breast cancer?
My ex-husband's mother had breast cancer, and I have a great aunt who had breast cancer.
Okay. And this is dad's side or mom's side?
It would be dad's.
Now, when I get breast cancer for women, right? Sometimes it's a lumpectomy. Sometimes they pass from it too. I'm not getting a lumpectomy. So either the aunt here, someone had it full. Do you understand? Like that's so whichever female you just said. But I want everyone to know it's not a prediction because when I do that, especially I'm very sensitive. Impression versus expression. I was saying that to Colleen. Psychics and mediums have to be so careful how they give off information. I would never say you got a tumor. I'd say, what's with this area? But they're making
Okay.
me aware, talk about the person that passed or had the bad breast cancer. Do you understand that? Is it
Yes.
just the one? Is that the
Yes.
aunt?
Yes. Great aunt.
Okay. Yeah. And you knew her?
Barely, not very well.
You
No.
got teachers in your family too, though. Look on that side of the family for teachers. Do you understand that? The great aunt side?
Yes, I think that there are a few teachers and people that were in the healing arena.
You know what I want to do? One last thing I want to say to you. How long have you not been on a plane recently?
It's been a couple months.
Where'd you go?
Oh gosh, my last trip probably Arizona.
Why do I want to keep pushing like Oregon, Arizona, Arizona, hot, 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 hot. I love it when people say it's a dry heat. I'm sorry, it's still Africa hot. I don't care, right? Are you a Caribbean person?
Well, I would love to be. I've been to the Caribbean, like on cruises and stuff, and Of course, I
I'm
love
seeing
it.
you go over to the Caribbean, not Jamaica, not Hawaii, which I've been to. I'm a scuba diver also, Colleen, and I dove with the wild dolphins in Bimini. Watch for the Caribbean, and you know what? Too stop, Danny. I don't know if we all have a tendency. I'll do it when. I'll wait
Mm.
till this. Don't play the waiting game anymore, Danny. Just okay. I'm open, manifest that stuff, okay? Like, okay, see yourself there. I feel like it's coming to you. Don't use the left side of the brain to talk you out of, well, how can I do it? I don't have money. How can Reiki will lead you?
I agree with that.
Okay, yeah, and watch for the connections too, Colleen. Like I said, in Robin, for Canada, I'm also and Colleen, I hope you're not thinking of retiring, because you know what you might do. This is, I don't know if this is inspiration or just me. Reiki training on cruises, or a cruise. I know the people that could help you with it too. You take students, they visit, and while you're at port, you do Reiki training. Robin.
I'm open to all kinds of possibilities
Yep,
and
you talk to the
opportunities.
lifestyle, you talk to Reiki lifestyle people too.
Right.
Just think about it. I've been on many cruises, and at port, when we leave shore is when we do our thing too for a week. But yet we get to go to the Caribbean. People get to go to the port of the calls. I don't know if that's coming through inspirationally, or I don't think it's me. So let's just see what happens. And Danny, see you on the boat. All right. So take the love from your mom, sweetheart. Okay.
I will. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Danny.
Uh-huh.
We'll talk to you later.
Okay.
I
All
just
right,
open up. I
John.
let go. I let go. I let go of.
Great.
I hope I'm right or here. I let the words in. Remember this, everybody. What I'm doing now is I'm doing the expanding the consciousness. I let the words. I tell people, find out what your psychic strength is first. Are you clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient, claircognizant, which is no, but don't focus on that one. Just learn how to strengthen that one. Then the rest start to happen. So when I bring somebody on, I am just totally open, open, open. Robin, darling, again, your husband, he has a brother.
Sister.
Where is she living?
Close, same area of Oregon.
And you have a brother. That's fine. See, this I'm picking up something about. Oh yeah. What's your husband's name?
Sean,
Where's his dad?
he passed recently.
Hi. He wants to come through, and I'm like, well,
I
where are
was
you taking
wondering.
me? Yeah, it's him. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm shifting. See how it works? I'm always. You got to be honest with you. I know the lighting might be off. I'm always fascinated by this work too. Not look what I did. Remember, it's not coming from me, it's coming through me. And that's when that happens, like Danny with the mother, August 25th. I'm like, shit, okay. Right. And now this is being totally shifted to
Yeah.
talk to you. And I'm like, my consciousness is like, oh, this is called mind mapping, right? Where you just put the energy there and see where it goes. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, dad. His dad wants to be acknowledged. I'm not getting his mom, Robin. Is she still here?
hmm
Okay. And um, oh, okay. What's your husband's name? Sean,
Sean.
right? He's the baby,
Oldest.
the oldest. That's fine. Um, I don't know if the two of them are close, or I almost want to take Sean, and no disrespect against his sister. Not that she needs to be taken care of, but I feel like he's the guy.
Mhm.
Is she married? Is she?
The sister?
Yeah. There's stuff there.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying he's the guy for her, meaning the brother, right? Meaning, yeah, he has one sister, you said, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Just
he's
the two
the.
of them.
I don't. Are they? I just feel like his dad's pushing them together. That he. I don't know if your husband's helping her or what, and I don't know if this makes sense, but I feel like he's the responsible one. There's a little drama maybe or something, but I do feel like he wants to be acknowledged. When you say just Pat, I hear you, sir. Let me just do this, and I always love having fun with this too. At the same time, is it unexpected but expected his passing?
Um,
Let me tell you for the people audience, okay? What I mean is my mom had my mom had COPD in stage, and she had emphysema stage 3, 4 of that. We knew she was going to go. She was in long-term care place, best place. She loved it. But when she went, right? Because it was 9 months of not suffering. She had her ups and downs, but I feel like his passing is expected. But if that makes sense, it's like, whoa, either he didn't meet the deadline that they said. Do you understand that, Robin?
I would say that it was expected, but actually in an it wasn't quick how you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
but the process was very unexpected for how it all went. So yeah, that word makes sense, but it wasn't like how you would think of unexpected of like, oh, he was diagnosed and died in a car accident or something like
Yeah.
that. But how it all went was unexpected.
Is your, now I didn't see your husband, right? And I know he supports you, and that which is fair. I love husbands or partners that say as long as she's happy. You know what I mean? They may not have to be the Reiki practitioner, right? But I believe, open mind with it. Is his dad, um, y- you've been married a while. How long you been married?
We've been together for 25 years.
Because he's saying to me, you, my love too, are just another daughter,
Yeah,
right? Or just another
very
daughter.
much.
Okay,
Yeah,
just another daughter. Not, oh, that's my son's wife. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Right? Just another daughter. And he's smiling as he's coming through. Was he a big guy?
yeah. He was
Now I'm
tall.
okay, I'm 170, I think, on a good day at 5'10" and a half, right? But I feel strong with him, and I feel like the strength I feel like your husband's
Mhm.
also strong of build, but he's making me aware, remember me laughing. Remember me. This is a guy who has a good personality. I feel his humor. Notice I'm not saying what a stick in the mud, what a mean guy. I just feel like his sense of humor, and he's saying, I'm okay. I'm okay. I will, sir. Was he still married to his wife? Because he's like, till death do us part. She's the
Mhm.
one that needs to be checked in on.
Yeah.
She's the one he keeps saying. The name Kathy is being called out too. Do you understand
Cindy,
that? Okay.
Cindy,
Who's Cindy?
his wife.
Remember, someone's going to say, wait a minute, he didn't say Kathy. You're not saying Doris or Barbara. I get the C and the Y. Do you
Yeah,
understand?
that's why I was like,
Okay.
oh, that's close enough. It's Cindy.
I appreciate it. No people, some people would say, no, that's not right. And I'm
Yeah.
usually a stickler. I was going to either say Kathy, Kelly. What'd you say her
Mhm.
name is?
Cindy,
Cindy. That's fine. Yeah. Um, and you said he just passed away?
in November, so within the last year.
He's saying to me also, I know November's Thanksgiving time. Whatever he passed, it's got to be around not just the holiday, but something else. It's either someone's birthday or that month or their anniversary. And I
Mhm.
always get this, don't focus on the sad part of that month. Focus on the joy of that month. Okay. So that's what I'm supposed to say. Was there a date that's significant in the month that he passed?
Yeah, it was a week before Thanksgiving, but it's also really close to his daughter's birthday. So my
Focus
sister-in-law's
on the
birthday.
Thanksgiving and the birthday,
Yeah.
not the passing. Because the daughter, which is your husband's sister, might
Mhm.
say, oh, here goes my birthday, the same month dad died. Don't do that. Don't do that. Did he have a full head of hair too?
Mm-mm.
He's got it now. I'm telling you. Okay,
It
he's got
would
it
make
now
sense
too.
from his hair in his youth was a
And he's
thing.
just throwing a baseball cap at me too,
Yeah, he
right? It's
always wore
either
baseball
that and
caps.
is he Oregon too based? Is he up out?
Very much so.
I don't fish. I can't even do the worm. Reiki. Okay. Is he a fishing guy also?
Not fishing, but hunting.
Okay. All
Very
right.
outdoors,
I'm
very outdoors.
I'm just seeing the lake
Yeah.
or where I don't
Lake
know
was
what
a
that means
big
because I
deal. Lake was a
then
very
that's
big deal.
okay. Notice how everyone, I'm not making her hunting into fishing. I'm like, well, wait a minute. When they show me a lake as opposed to an ocean, there's got
Yeah,
to be fish in it or fishing or the lake is the significance. So
it's
scratch the
very
part about
significant.
hunting. That's and everything I've ever learned or studied is in my psychic toolbox. You'll always have Reiki. You've also have business in here. When you're doing messages or evidence psychically or mediumistically, it's going to be used. And if I was to study medicine or the anatomy of the body, the healing work will even be more for me. So when I see a hook, to me, it's always lake fishing or the
Hmm.
lake also.
Hmm.
So if the lake was big to him, um,
Big to the family,
I
also
just love his
very
personality
significant.
though. This is
Yeah.
an outgoing. Do you understand? This is
Hmm.
not, but he's saying to me, I'm okay. And I'm hearing this. I fought the good fight. I fought the good fight.
Did he
Okay.
ever?
Yep. Yep. And you must have had quite a service for him, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Who sang at that?
Nobody sang, but the person that it was a very open house style, and the person that spoke, it was really incredible,
Oh, I
very
love when they
touching.
correct us. Oh, I believe that. Somebody quoted lyrics from a song. Leave it that.
Okay.
Just leave it like that, okay? Mhm.
Colleen
All
must
right.
remember that. She's shaking her head. I don't remember that.
What, Colleen?
The quoting of the lyrics of a song.
What
You-
lyrics? I don't remember.
I don't remember the details because I
Mhm.
didn't know the song, but I remember the quotes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Those are important, right? Because when I hear that, when I see vocal cords, I mean, when I see music coming out of someone, it's either they're singing but he just corrected me too. Probably compliments of the other lady's mother, right? Who said, no, it's words that they were lyrics from the song that were quoted at the, somebody spoke them at the eulogy.
Yeah, I
All
could see
right.
that.
All right. Now, who do we bring it up?
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome,
Thank
sweetheart.
you.
Tell your husband I said, good dad.
Yeah, he was. And my husband is a good dad too.
Okay, so we have Martha coming in now.
Thank you for your patience, Martha.
Mhm.
Oh,
Hi, Martha. This is John.
Hi.
hello, you.
Nice
Okay.
to meet you.
Yep. Is that really your home?
We have a yurt.
A yurt.
Right now it's our guest bedroom.
They have something like that at God, I think it's like Kripalu, which is in Lenox, Massachusetts. Very interesting. What's it, a rotunda?
Yeah, it's a round structure that's somewhere a cross between, say, a cabin and a tent.
Okay. And where are you, Martha?
In Southwest Colorado.
Okay. You know, a lot of people over on that side, huh, Colleen? Colorado, Oregon. Colorado's gorgeous, though. Also, Martha, let me just say here. Yeah, this is what's happening. Okay, I don't like long pauses, so I'm just telling you here.
Right?
And you're involved with Colleen, obviously, somehow, some way with the Reiki practice, right? Are you a practitioner or what? Because you got green all around you. That's my symbol for healing. But like the woman who was just on before that, didn't you get medical training?
I did.
Yeah, right? Because
A
when
lot of
I, yep, it's either you're a doctor or a nurse practitioner. When I see a Red Cross, everyone, my brother Joe's a nurse, and he's had every kind of nurse job. When I see that and feel it, then I just feel like going into that. This is more psychic now as I'm doing this too. I think just, and he can tell me what kind of medical training.
I'm a doctor. I am a
Shut up.
retired
It's an
oncologist.
understatement. Martha, why don't you just say your resume? She's retired now, but
I
it's an
retired about a
understatement.
year ago, but I spent about 35 years at the Mayo Clinic doing hematology oncology.
All right, we're done. Thank you. Okay. See, I don't question it, everyone. That's why. And you know what, too? I'm a Sagittarius, and my mouth has got me into trouble a lot. Sometimes it's one of my we just say what I was always a wise kid, right? But there's no filter sometimes. I put my foot in, but yet it makes me a good medium, but I'm careful. I don't analyze everything that's coming. I just feel this like medical training. I hear you, sir. Yeah. You want to talk to your dad, Martha?
Yes, I would love to.
Well, let me validate this. I feel like I'm talking to a dad figure. He has passed, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Because some people too, Colleen and Robert, they'll say, well, my dad has Alzheimer's in the hospital. I don't do that. Some people are like, well, don't Alzheimer's somehow visit people that can leave the body? I'd rather the way I was trained, if someone is coming through and the medium says, and the client is making it their dad who's still here in the body, most likely it's not. This is just my opinion, my training. Who's talking about the dad with the Alzheimer's, as opposed to? Do you see what I mean?
Mhm.
Okay, all right. And I don't even know why I'm bringing up Alzheimer's. All right, I hear you. So the other one, Danny, the first woman who came on, her dad has passed, and her mom was still here. You've lost both parents, though, Martha.
I've lost both, yeah.
Yeah, because mom's like, what about me? What about me? What about me? Either you're the baby, or I don't know if you're one of three, or where you come in. I think it's also similar. No, she's telling me yes. Uh, are you you got a sister, Martha?
Yes. I have
Yep.
two,
Is it, what'd you say? Two siblings or two sisters?
two sisters. I'm the youngest of six.
Oh my God. Because she put you down here too. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, yeah. She's making me aware. Now I don't know how well Colleen and Robin know you, right? But she's making me aware. Are you the only doctor or is there more?
Yeah, I'm the only doctor.
Okay. What are the others? So there's 5 others that are still here, right? They're all still
Yeah.
living? Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
not getting the sibling past. Either they're all, well, define success, right? She's making me aware. They're all successes to me. So I don't know if you got a lawyer, a builder, a plumber, a dentist, which we all have. Do they all have like careers?
Yeah.
Okay. She's very proud of all of you. All right. So not just because they're a doctor, but she's very, I will, sweetheart. Yeah, yeah. Yep, I got that. Wow, okay. Um, are you a traveled woman, Martha?
Yeah. I've been to a lot of places.
The lady with the ute. Okay. Have you been to South Africa?
No.
Australia?
Yes.
Get New Zealand, South Africa. See, I haven't been there.
Uh-huh.
I went to Australia twice. I was blessed. Sydney. But I'm like out in the, when you went to Australia, darling, too, were you Reiki person then too?
No, I was there for a medical meeting. But I've been to New Zealand twice since I've been doing
Yeah.
Reiki.
Yep. In New Zealand, I understand that culture too. Have you been out in the outback when if you go to New Zealand, right, or Australia? Like I did Sydney and Brisbane, I did the cities. Did you go out where the animals are in New Zealand? Like the bush or something?
In New Zealand, we were often in the countryside. It
Like,
wasn't really the bush,
you
but
didn't do a safari?
it wasn't a safari, really. No.
Okay, that's fine. I don't know why I stopped asking why am I getting this. Do they have scorpions in New Zealand?
Not that I know of.
There's something about, remember, don't be afraid, okay? I just feel like um I just watched a TV series where the husband gave his wife a scorpion and it was frozen in a piece of acrylic, right? Because she was a scorpion. There's something about scorpion. And I don't know if scorpion has a shaman connection or what the totem is, but remember scorpion, not that it's you or danger. It's just something, but I feel like you're still traveling also. And I think you've been in different parts of the world also. So as I look at the map, right, I see the United States, I got the New Zealand and the Australia stuff too, though. Have you been to like Asia yet too, Martha?
I've been to Japan.
Okay, yep, I got that. And you got more traveling, or you might say no, but I think you got more traveling.
I hope so.
Yep. And look at you. You seem like a very soft kind of energy. She ain't too soft. All right. Let me tell you. All right. In a good way. You've jumped. I'm just seeing things now. Okay. In a good way. Have you parachuted? Have you jumped out of planes or something, or been up in a hot air balloon?
No.
Is anybody in the pilot in the family?
No.
Yes. Don't say no so fast. Okay. Are you married? Are you married?
Yes. Yes.
Think of that side. Talk about pilots or small cedar planes.
Mm.
It's okay, doctor. It's okay. Just remember that I'm saying this, okay? All right. And I always do that. I don't beat myself up. If I'm getting information about the doctor and traveling and all that, then either I'm misinterpreting or we're not just understanding where this is supposed to go. All right, that's fine. And I'm seeing this too. 5'4". If you're in Colorado, you're the youngest?
Mhm.
Where's the oldest?
He's in Colorado too.
Okay. I never really embarrass anybody, okay? Everyone. I'm one of 5, right? And I'm closer to some than the others. I feel this, okay? If you're one of 6 kids, you said?
Hmm.
When I do this, it means someone's on the outs, someone's not talking to, or the black sheep, because I feel like I want to push these people together. And a skeptic would say, yeah, but we all have one of those in our family. Not necessarily, right? My neighbor, she's Italian. Every Easter, there's 32 people there. They're not separate. Does that make sense? The one is off.
Yeah, it
Yep.
does.
Yep. You know what I keep getting? Are you a tattoo person, Martha?
No.
why do I keep getting, I got like a dolphin here too. Where is, unless you connected to Native Americans, unless you have Native American blood, I'm seeing something about the tattoo feather, right? The tattoo feather. Does that make sense?
Hmm. Other than I've done a lot of shamanic training, but not tattoos. And I do a lot of art.
There's something about the drawing. I can see a feather, and to me, it always means Native American, or not the feather from a loved one, or a bird or something. There's something about the feather. I almost wanted to say, um, did you see an ostrich or something, or in New Zealand? This is a big
No.
ass. This is big feather.
I've had a recent experience with a great horned owl.
No, that's making it fit. That's fine. Just remember, there's something about the tattoo or the drawing of the feather. Okay, and it doesn't mean go hunting it down too. All right, just take that. Just take this easy. And I'm so glad that you're into the Reiki and the shaman stuff too, though, because you've had that left brain training, right? That left brain training. And I always know everyone that when somebody here, not that she's going to say yes to everything. I don't want that, but it's when they like, I'll give a piece of evidence. Can you give me more of that? That's the left side of the brain coming in here. Start drawing, start taking a clay class, dance, anything to open up to that right side because you're good at what you do. And I don't think you're 100%. And you said you're a retired doctor, right? Really look at you so young to do that too, it seems. Do you consult at all?
Not anymore, no.
Is the decision that, okay, I'm done with medicine, or if the opportunity come up, Martha, would you say, well, it depends on my time, what it is, and what I'm doing? Would you consider?
I guess I would consider it, but I looked on retirement as an opportunity to have a whole second career with Reiki and shamanism, and I make pottery.
Oh, you
I
do?
sell a
Oh,
lot of
good.
art.
Oh, good. All right. So oh, good. Is that pottery stuff? Is this all new? The artistics, the creative stuff, or what?
It's not new, but it was a hobby, and now I've jumped into it in a big way. I've been doing
That's brilliant. So
a
you can
lot of art
balance out the two of
festivals.
them. That's brilliant. That's fine. I think there might come an opportunity where you might be asked to consult, and it's up to you. It doesn't mean to take it. It's up to you to say, okay, well, what is it? How much time do you need? What's the finance side of it? And then you choose. Okay, and this is going to be sooner than later. Also, here comes something too. What is your partner's name?
Charlie,
Okay, this is your husband.
yes,
Okay, somewhere on his side of the family, right? Martha, remember, not a prediction, already happened. Where was the car accident for somebody on his side?
he had a bad car accident.
But he walked away like I did, right?
He did.
Yep. Oh, I'm getting this too. He lost I hear you. I love how they pop in when they do this. Charlie's dad is who?
John,
Pass, right?
yes.
Okay. Uh, he's making me aware of this accident. Do you know, Martha, when this accident happens to Charlie, that John was past his father, or was he here?
He was here.
Okay, because this is how who's given this to me. But I just feel like I walked away from mine. Charlie was hurt in this accident.
Yeah, he fractured his vertebrae. But
Notice I said this. I walked away from this. I skipped away. You know what I mean? Unharmed. His father's saying he wasn't that lucky, right? So what? He hurt a vertebrae. What?
well, he was pretty lucky because he hit a pole at 65 miles an hour.
But what happened to the
and he-
vertebrae, Don? I walked
Oh,
away
he
with
got
no
a compression fracture in his vertebrae and he broke some ribs. But
Okay, right.
he
And
was
when was
pretty-
this? When was this?
oh, he was in his early 20s then.
And it stopped bothering him, or is does he still have an issue?
No, he doesn't have an issue anymore.
Okay. And he's a builder?
No, he's retired now too, but he's a musician and he retired from he was a local township supervisor when we were in Minnesota.
Okay. Let me just help you out, sweetheart, with this, okay, doctor? All right. You know this Ute thing you got right here? Who built this?
We got A company here in Colorado built it.
Okay. Does your husband ever go up on a ladder for any reason?
Not usually, no.
I just to be forewarned is to be forearmed. Nothing scary, right? I hate for him to carry anything heavy, lifting it upstairs or lifting it to try to be a guy, right? In other words, if he's got boxes, he doesn't have to do it. All right. I just feel like he needs help when it comes time to lift some heavy lifting. Because I'd hate for this to tweak again. All right.
Okay.
Remember, not a prediction. If it never happens, if I'm wrong, I'm happy with that. Okay. But his dad's correcting me or correcting us, doctor, by saying, no, he does some lifting. I'm like, what is he, a builder or what? I don't think he just sits down, right? And, I just feel like don't push himself with this vertebrae. And you may say, yep, it's completely healed. Don't let it happen. All right. So hire people. You got it?
Yep.
Are you not a parent?
I am a parent. I have 3 daughters.
Oh, that's right. Oh, you're one of 3 girls and you have 3 daughters.
Yes.
Wow.
And my
Okay.
mother was one of 3 girls.
All right.
And so
I'm
was
not
her
getting-
mother.
I'm not concerned about any of the kids, really. Who's the middle child?
I have a sister, Margaret.
No, your kids.
Oh, my daughter, Maggie.
Where is she?
She's in Denver.
Okay, big girl now, older kids?
Yeah, all my kids are late 20s, early 30s.
Okay, and what does she do for work?
She's in graduate school, learning to be a psychologist.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, darling. Do you understand that? The apple does not fall far from the tree. And your mother outlived your dad?
No.
The other way around. A number of years between their passing?
Yeah, my mother passed in 2009 and my dad in 2013.
Okay, all right. Know that they are together. Know that they acknowledging your husband. Not too much about the girls. It doesn't mean they don't love them. It doesn't mean they're not there. It just means I'm getting what I'm getting here too. And I'm gonna say, have a good time on your trip again. Have a good time on your trip again. Also, and yeah, I hear you, sweetheart. Yes, she said, are you hmm, did you just lose your keys or your phone recently or something?
I'm always losing stuff.
Okay.
Right in front of me.
Yeah. Because your mom, and sometimes it's just that because we're not present, but I think you are. You are. Just be. I think your memory is going to improve some too, though. It's almost like your mom is joking. Ask her about the phone. Hey, I knew something was wrong. Not wrong, but when I found my phone in the refrigerator, you know what I mean. I was yeah. So, but please know that the mom and dad are very, very proud of you. And remember what I said too, Martha, about that contact as far as the if you have the opportunity to do medicine again on a consulting basis for a short term, would you do it? Would you do it?
Maybe.
I don't need to convince you. I'm just telling you what I'm getting, right? And you've been to Scotland?
I've been talking about going to Scotland with my sister.
I think you want to see now. Because she's the doctor, right? I know I keep saying that, but yet she's creative. I want to bring, over in Scotland, they got the Fae folk, right? The fairies, right? The Fae. And I'm like, dude, am I really going to make this into a fairy thing with her, everyone? And I'm like, I got to give you, I don't know if you're fascinated by it or the Fae folk or Celtic law or something. Does that make sense?
Yes, I would be totally fascinated by that.
Have a good time, and I hope, and it's really weird. Do you not travel with Charlie or do you go with the group?
We have traveled together. Sometimes I travel without him, but we have traveled together.
But the Reiki part and the shamanism, that's a you thing, right?
That's a me thing, yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes they're couples, and I'm like, no, your mom's making me aware. No, this is totally hers. He's open, but you have this. This is your interest. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just gave me February significant for you too, because they just gave me the Valentine heart, right? So February is going to mean something. What is February?
This, I don't know what's coming up.
I'll help you with that. Where is your mom's cremated?
Yes.
Okay, where are they?
In Denver.
In what?
Oh, They're buried. They actually have cemetery plots, but they got cremated before they got buried.
Either there's a heart on the plaque, or some of her ashes are in the heart, or February is a significance, right? So just remember how I said that, okay? Because don't go hunting for it, but just remember that. But this is definitely her coming through. All right. Do you have anything you want to ask me before we go? No.
I've had dreams that I just get snippets of it and it's recurring. And it's like I'm in school on the other side, learning how to work with energy.
Mhm.
Is that just a dream or is that something I should pay attention to?
I would pay attention to it. A lot of people think that dreams. I studied with Kevin Todeschi. He was the CEO for the Edgar Cayce Foundation, the Association of Research and Enlightenment. And dreams are always fascinating with me because I love the symbolism. If you dream that somebody is dying in a dream, it doesn't mean that person's dying. Or if you dream of a person that's passed, yes, it could be a hello from the other side. But if you dream of someone who's passed away, it usually means what is ending in your life, ending, right? Or if you dreamt that your mom had a baby, it doesn't mean that your mom is having a baby. It's like, what is new starting in your life? Every time we dream of somebody else, it's usually about us, not the person. I dreamt of my dog going down a river, and I'm looking over the bridge and he was caught up in a current. I'm the dog in the dream. Do you understand? All right. So with you also, if you're studying this, okay, you were studying in the dream. Isn't the student the teacher now, Martha?
Yeah.
Martha, are you teaching this?
I have been teaching Reiki.
What about anything else? You want to teach anything else? Because I think it's the opposite of what you're dreaming.
And I've been teaching pottery classes and Reiki classes. And before I retired, I taught a number of fellows, residents and fellows.
Good for you. Good. And I love Reiki because it is certified in with nurses. I mean, you can get credited now. Who would have thought years ago? My brother Joe, who's the nurse, he said to me after this training, Colleen and Robin, I go, Joe, do you ever see anyone? Do you know what Reiki is? He goes, yeah. He goes, where they do the hand thing. He goes, yeah, I saw somebody doing that at the hospital bed one time. I said, okay. Where I see clients, it's also an acupuncture clinic. She let me use one of the room. He was staying over with me. I said, Joe, come here. How about if we go in and I Reiki you? And I knew exactly where he had something wrong with his shoulder. And he goes, God, that was peaceful. And he just zoned. I said, Joe, that's Reiki, Joe. Okay, so don't poo-poo something before you even experience it. So I think you're going to go into it, Martha, teaching. But pleasure meeting you. You got some good people, Robin and Colleen, around you. So brilliant.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Martha.
Thanks,
We'll
Martha.
catch up soon.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
I know we can keep talking and talking and talking, but thank you, ladies, for today.
Well, I
mean,
love it because there's so much that, I'm like, well, there's this, they're building a house.
Yeah.
You're
see
right.
what I mean? I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm like,
She
is he
also
a real-
teaches astrology and,
With the
so
feather,
there's-
I was thinking of a plume, like a plume that they used to write with. I'm like, she writes. Yeah. But you also have to
multi-talented.
release your attachment as the, spectator with
That's
it.
it. And I think she's fantastic. Martha, if you're still listening to what you are, no, I mean, that's that left brain, like, okay. It's like, not that I want, yes. It's just, and I never let people make it fit either, because some people are like, oh, that's sometimes an apple to me is a teacher. Sometimes it might be New York City to somebody else. I don't let the client dictate what it means to them unless I say, well, what does that mean? Because I have my own psychic toolbox. But he when I said about the accident, I'm like, I walked away unharmed. She's like, well, he had that compressed vertebrae and the broken ribs. I'm like, so he walked away, but he was injured. I'm getting a little tweak there, right, with him. And I said, is he lifting anything? No. Is he a builder? No. And it has nothing to do with the ute. What is a ute, by the way? Is it a round room? What is that?
A yurt.
Yurt.
A yurt is
so ignorant. Yurt.
It is like a kind of in between a tent and a building. So it's livable. Many people live in it. They are living in, well, I don't think they're living in the yurt. they also built another structure with an apartment over it while they're building their house, but
And they
it
have
probably
another piece of
started with the
property.
yurt.
They got another piece of property. I don't know if it's in another state or if they're using it for some. Do they have another piece of property?
I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
lived in Minnesota for forever and then just moved out to Colorado maybe in the last, 5 years or so,
Yeah.
somewhere in there.
And Robin, one last thing, darling, too. Sean is your husband, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you knew his dad, obviously.
Yes.
Okay. And his mom is still here, right?
Mhm.
Sean's mom.
Yeah.
And they were still married, right?
Yes.
A lot of love going on here too. And his father is one last thing I'm supposed to give him, like anything else, people. I don't try to go by Oregon or where you live or being out where you are. Did his dad camp?
Oh, yeah.
Because he says, remember the tents? And my Siri just came on for
I
some
know.
reason. To remember the camping, and he's joking. I don't know if there was a tent incident or what, but I'm not talking like. I'd be curious if they ever do tents or makeshift. Sometimes there's cabins and stuff too, but I feel like men of the earth kind of stuff, like let's build this fire, that kind of. Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But tell Sean that his father takes all those memories with him, all those memories with him, and he just gave me. Sean just gave me. I mean, his dad just gave me his keys and it's given them to me for Sean. So I don't know if there's something on the. What is that?
Well, I'm trying to like listen around what you were saying with the camping because it has two contexts. But one of the big contexts is a cabin that he owns in Eastern Oregon that was like for him, God was nature. And we have been trying to get to the cabin to uphold that piece of property. And there's way more to all of that. And not that I would mind going into it, it's just very more, as you're aware of with things like this, that it's just, there's even more to that is significant.
Drama.
But also the lake was the place that they traditionally camped at every year. But to me, I'm hearing more about the cabin because there's a lot happening in this moment around that. But it could be both. So I'll listen.
I'll tell you this, if it's
Around
going to
that.
mean two things. One, deal with the cabin. Okay,
Yeah.
here's the keys, yours.
Yeah.
Or Sean on his key rings is his dad's key or his dad's ring or his dad's emblem. Okay, so it could mean two things, right? All right, that's the way. But I didn't know about the cabin kind of thing
Yeah,
here too.
I'm
But
hearing
it's
cabin.
it's
I'm
really
hearing
big.
like passing on, the keys to the
Look at
cabin.
the flow of it. You know how I said I don't ever let you dictate what it is, but notice the flow of how the information just happened.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Right? Because Reiki will lead you. All right. but thank you. And thank you everyone, for listening, whether you're watching or here too. I enjoyed you. Thank you, Colleen, for Reiki. We'll see where it goes. Anything people want to know, johnholland.com. And I got this event coming up at Soul Survival at Omega, myself, Dr. Raymond, Dr. Jeffrey Long. He started the near death biggest website in the world, NDERF, right? He's a medical doctor, radiology, cancer doctor who heard about near death experience from his friend's wife, and he got fascinated. He goes, well, who else is talking about this? Little did he know that it's been happening for years and years, people telling their stories. Anita Mojani, who passed away, she wrote Dying to Be Me. Wayne Dyer brought her over here, Hale's author. She passed away and came back, and what she learned from the other side, and she had stage 4 tumors up and down her body. When she came back, they disappeared because they said on the other side, you have a choice. If you go back, you'll be cured, but you have work to do, and that's exactly what happened. And Sandra Ann Taylor, who's going to take people to a past life regression to help some of your karma that's happening here. And then I do mediumship. It started by Dr. Brian Weiss, right? It's October 7th through the 9th, I think, if I'm getting that right, or the 17th through the 19th.
I think it is the 17th.
18th through the 19th.
17th through the 19th at the Omega Institute.
Yep.
And it's called the Soul Survival Weekend.
Right.
So, and you have other events coming up too that I really want to direct people to your website. Your website has so many resources from the events that you have coming up,
Frequently asked questions.
books that you've written, the oracle cards, you have apps. I mean, 30 years of this work. And, but really, you know, for our listeners to find someone with this level of integrity and experience in this field, I highly recommend that you go to his website, which is johnholland.com,
Yep.
and just check out all his resources
Yep.
because he also has training courses, and those look like they are evergreen courses as well. So
Yep. And
they're
I keep them
digital.
fairly priced. And a lot of Reiki people, you are going to touch the realm of the spirit world. But you got to understand the mechanics of how it's happening.
Yes.
And don't ever give out someone who passed away in a Reiki session if the person does not know that you don't do that, right? Because they're there for a Reiki session. Reminds me really quickly, a friend of mine was getting a chiropractic adjustment. That's all they wanted. But the guy started bringing through one of his relatives. And he's like, I just kind of freaked him out a little too, because people's belief systems, their religion, the way they were raised, but get the education. If it's happening where you're picking up someone with evidence and validation, then you might want to see, okay, why is this happening? And just like Reiki will lead you, spirit will lead you also if it's meant to be. So just understand the mechanics of your psychic ability, because it's only going to help reinforce the Reiki anyways too. But pleasure meeting you too, mother and daughter. I hope to
You
meet you
too.
in person too, Robin. Love you. And that in the whole camp thing, cottage thing, it's being pushed down. It'll be okay. If I could say anything to you, just keep doing what you're doing, okay? Because goodness prevails.
Thank you.
Okay. God bless you. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, thank you so much, John. We just appreciate you being here so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime, Colleen. I'll see you at one of your trainings too with Robin.
Yeah,
You're gonna be
hopefully I'll be there too.
You're going to be leaving the house eventually too, okay?
Yes,
And
I
good luck in the
will.
garden, darn. Good luck in the garden. Show me a picture of that, Colleen. Send me a picture, Robin, of the garden, all right?
Absolutely. Well, you would have to also know that she is an extraordinary gardener and she has had very large gardens as well, and with her father-in-law and mother-in-law on their property and their farm
Yeah.
as well. But she's been gardening, whether it's a small plot or a big plot, for a lot of years. She's highly skilled with it.
Okay. Can I say one last thing too? Robin, are
Yes.
you into shamanism also?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
Does
do
a
all this work.
does a white wolf mean anything in shamanism? Or did you have a white German shepherd?
I have it's not I have a golden retriever, but
No,
she's
that's
the
fine.
furthest
I love
from a
golden
white
retrievers. They're
wolf.
like
Yeah.
such dog. As we're ending this or signing off, I'm seeing like I don't want to say a ghost dog. I don't get it that way. Something about the white wolf or the white, either it's two things. Either it's actually an animal that passed, a white German shepherd, which is, they look like wolves, or something about the white wolf. But
Okay.
don't read into it. I just want to give
I'll
you that
listen
last.
around it.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
I'll listen.
thank you, Colleen, for asking me on here.
Oh, thank you so much, John, and thank you everybody for listening.
And we'll see you
It's
next
just
time.
awesome. We'll
Bye.
see
And
you
thank you for
next
your
time.
service, ladies.